Uh, we are having an interaction, and I am staying with our grandson Sumit Marasini. He is from Bachelor Level. He is a student of Bachelor Level BBS second semester, and he is a student of Megha College, which is located at Bawar Mahal. Yep, Bawar Mahal. And one of the board members of that college is Dr. Dhuniraj Bhatrai. He is from Argha Khanchi district. Uh, he completed his PhD study on my supervision, and his research topic is associated with Argha Khanchi district, and his topic is closely associated with environment and livelihood. That is, he is a student of geography, and he received a PhD in geography from Singhania University, Rajasthan. Now we have today I have an opportunity to be here with my grandson Sumit Marasini. Uh, his age is 20. Now he is running at 20 years, and he is a young person. Now we are having an interaction on migration, migration from developing countries to developed countries, or international migration. If we cross the border, that type of migration, that type of movement is known as international migration. That means migration movement between two countries, two or more countries. Migration is of various types. One seasonal migration, and temporary migration, permanent migration, internal migration within the countries, and international migration. If we cross the border, that is international migration. International migration may also be of two types, temporary and permanent. For example, if we want to study higher education in our countries, in foreign countries like India, suppose some persons may be interested in studying PhD research in Banaras Hindu University, BHU, Banaras Hindu University. He or she have to stay over there for a period of 3 years to 4 years, and that is just a periodic migration, or that the motive of that type of migration is to study higher education. So this way, and if someone wants to settle in India permanently, that will be permanent migration. Today, migration is a very interesting phenomenon, taking place from origin to destination. And for example, if we are the inhabitants of Argha Khanchi district, that Argha Khanchi district is our point of origin, where we originated, and we wanted to migrate to new countries or new areas, that may be the point of destination. For example, if from Balkot, if someone wants to migrate from Balkot to Butable, uh, Balkot will be the point of origin for him, and then Butable will be the point of destination or area of destination, but it is international migration. If we cross the border, suppose if we cross slowly border and approach to India, reach India, that will be international migration, crossing the border. So, in migration is a phenomenon which brings opportunity of development, further development, development of better education, attainment of better education, and to develop quality and skill. And in some cases, people earn more and more amount of money, and they send it as remittance to their country, mother country, Nepal, and that is working as that is has been used as a source of income here in Nepal. So about migration, migration may be compared to the mighty waves of a river or mighty waves of river like Kali Gandaki river. That means that the stream of migration is continuous, and it may be compared to the flood of the river or to the mighty current of the river. So, in some cases, migration is beneficial, but in some cases, it creates a negative impact in the area of origin. Because the area of origin loses skilled manpower, and it will be going backwards and backwards due to the lack of skilled manpower. So that's why there are some positive and negative aspects of migration and consequences of migration. Now, as a young academician, of a young scholar of bachelor level studies, I would like to share the experience of Sumit Marasini about migration. Sumit Babu, how do you think, how do you take the activity of migration?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank my grandpa for providing me with the opportunity to talk about the migrations. Okay, it's a phenomenon that we can't control at this point of time. Like everybody from our country is moving to other countries either for educational purpose or for job, work, or to attain the skills that we aren't able to do often while working here. And I believe it is somewhat, I do have mixed emotion about the migration, topic of migration. It is beneficial to us because it helps us in obtaining the technical advancement and make our us young generation or anybody in our generation is skilled enough to stand on our own feet if we are able to return to our country after moving outside. But there are several negative aspects of migrations. Like we are unable to, we are the development of our country has been stagnated for several decades now because we lack the proper skilled manpower to develop our own country. The the village areas, if we specifically talk about our own country, the village areas from where we originated, there it had, the development of our village areas has been stagnated due to the lack of people living there. There are only old aged people living there with no ability to work, which also had resulted in destruction of the several habitual areas because they are all overflooded by the wild animals. The agricultural the agricultural development also has been stagnated because we aren't able to properly um, utilize the fields that we had been utilizing for our own for growing crops till now. And if we talk about the country as a whole, I think it has more negative impacts than the positive, as per the way I have seen till now. Um, then,
Yes, I like to raise some issues about migration. Mr. Sumit, thank you very much for your nice presentation during this
okay,
video.
it might
And
be erratic, but
if there is an interesting issue, if you had been the member of National Planning Commission, NPC,
yep.
National Planning Commission, that National Planning Commission makes a policy for development of the country. If you had been appointed as the member of National Planning Commission, what type of migration policies would you have recommended, developed?
Obviously temporary for the development of our own country. I'd love to have several infrastructure developed within our countries to decrease the number of people that migrated to other countries in the first place. If we couldn't do that, then it would be temporary migration for me. We would help our citizens to visit other countries to either learn about how to use the technologies or study about the field we are unable to develop till now. And with the help of those educated people who return to our countries, we might be able to have some progress within our own countries. So I'd obviously prefer that. I'd obviously work to develop the temporary migration over permanent.
Thank you very much. Now, let me raise an issue about the political system of our country. In the past, we had a constitutional monarchy. That means that multi-party system with constitutional kingship or monarchy. Today, we have got federal system of the government. There are 7 states in our country which are known as Pradesh. And how do you think? How do you think about this change?
I think it would have been better if we were able to implement and utilize the concept of province and province as you talk about properly. We could utilize the concept of differentiating our country into state and develop the states according to their natural resources and studying the cons and pros of such states. If we were able to develop agriculture sector in one state and there are proper facilities to facilitate our agriculture breakthrough, we could utilize that state especially for agriculture processes, or we might separate different states as technological zones where we could establish our industrial areas and develop new technologies within our countries. So I think it would be better if we were able to utilize the concept in more effective and efficient way rather than the way we are doing right now.
What are the causes of underdevelopment of Nepal?
First is lack of skilled manpower, obviously, as many of our young citizens are moving towards the other countries, or developed countries especially, and there will be no proper plans and policies for the development, as we aren't able to properly develop our any in any field till now. If we look at our graphs or charts from several years ahead, and the way we aren't able to utilize the natural resources we have right now, we aren't able to develop our cottage industries and make them even more renowned all over the world to export our product over the world. We are importing more than we need instead of trying to produce our local products and promote those products within our own countries. There are several other problems that we are facing right now in terms of development.
Generally, people say that the student of geography also feel that location is the most important element, factors for the development.
Yes.
So, since we have landlocked position of our country, there is no open sea.
Seaboard. That's the
approach.
problem.
So that's the problem. So we say that that's the problem. Is geographical location working as a major obstacle for the development? How do you think?
It depends upon the way we are able to utilize our geographical locations. Being so much rich in natural resources, we would have been able to develop several natural raw materials within our country and export it to other countries. That might also have helped us in development of our economy in the first place. We could have developed several peace treaties with other countries which were our enemies, which are our neighbors, and had the seaways feasible for them, and develop our transport, import and export through the seaways by using the route we have in our neighboring countries. Uh, I think the main problem we have right now is being unable to utilize what we have got in our countries rather than being disturbed by our geographical positions.
Could you please introduce an example of landlocked countries like that of ours, which has been developed?
Which had been are there? There's no confusion.
Any country, landlocked country that has been well developed.
Are there?
Nepal is a landlocked country.
Yes, I know.
We say that geographical location is working as a major obstacle for development. That is, in reality, that is true to some extent, because
Especially in international trade.
we have no open seaboard. That's the problem. So, is there, like Nepal, is there any other landlocked country in the world which has been able to develop develop potential resources and attain the high level of economic development in the world?
Is no ideas.
No problem.
I do not have ideas about that.
There are some countries like Austria, better to example is Austria.
Austria.
Austria is
Okay,
a
I have
landlocked
heard of it.
country located in Europe. It is landlocked like our Nepal, but it stands at the top
In terms of
among the top industrial countries in the world, in spite of its landlocked
difficulties.
position.
Okay.
And its capital is Vienna.
Vienna.
Austria, Vienna. Okay, no problem. It is located in the continent of Europe. Okay, you highly emphasized the utilization of proper utilization of natural resources in the country, and in order to utilize resources, proper utilization of natural resources, we need some vision.
Yes.
Leadership with a good vision, long-term vision. How do you think the present working system, present government system, is there any leader with a great vision for developing the country? How do you think?
I think we do have, but we aren't able to utilize the visions of our great leaders due to the political instability in the first place. We do not have proper political system which lets the person with a great vision work for the required amount of time in order to in order to realize their visions in our country. There have been several plans and policies in the past where our leaders have tried to utilize the natural resources like our air resources, water resources for hydroelectricity, but the tenure they had to work on the visions they had was so little that they weren't even able to start the programs in certain places. In certain places, the visions that we had were destroyed because of our inability to work under the work due to the lack of proper plannings and the development of advancement of technology we required for the proper development of such infrastructures in our countries.
Now you are getting higher education, you are at bachelor level, and after completion of this level, are you interested to join government service or continue your study up to master's level? What is your
I believe I would try and get invested in government services while also trying to continue studies.
your first priority will be
First
to
priority would be education.
education?
Education.
Very nice. Uh, then this is modern age, and many countries of the world have been well developed. They have attained the level of development very fast, but now we are still going backward and backward. What is the reason for this kind of underdevelopment in our country? What is your experience?
Okay. Okay, the first might be the lack of us young people being motivated to stay within our country and work for its proper development. We aren't able to attract the attention of the young generation within our countries to promote the development of our infrastructures in the first place. And the second place is, as we know, the political instability of our countries among one of the baddest, worst we can tell in the if we look at other countries, our neighboring countries, and we aren't able to promote our own local tools and techniques in the higher level, which are useful for the proper utilization of our own uh, ingenious ideas that we had been perfecting since our ancient times. If we have to say, like development of our cotton industries, Dhaka, if we are able to even develop on such ingenious techniques, we might have been able to see some progress within our economic development. And lack of proper utilization of the resources we are able to obtain through our nature is also somewhat lackluster, I think. We aren't able to properly emphasize on the uses of the natural resources we have got. There are several plans being made, but we aren't able to properly formulate such plans due to several technical difficulties, disturbance of plans and policies as we should be able to.
अपि स्वर्णमयी लङ्का नमे लक्ष्मण रोचते जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। जय नेपाल आमा की जय, राष्ट्र पशुपतिनाथ की जय। Today we made a very nice interaction with our grandson Sumit Marasini, who is a student of Bachelor Level second semester at Mega College. His experience, I would like to extend thanks to him for sharing his experience with me. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, welcome. Right.